In this episode, we're going to have a look at a pattern called delegated types, and it's pretty interesting where we had the idea of three different models. We have a message model, comment model, and articles, but they all funnel under the entries. And so where we have a timeline where we can see all of our articles, comments, and messages in a single timeline kind of view, delegated types can be a great pattern to approach this kind of view. We can even filter this to see just the messages or comments or articles, and we can create a new message, or we can create a new comment, or we can create a new article. And the delegated types pattern isn't the only approach to solve this. You could use STI, or single table inheritance, or polymorphic associations. With STI, we put all of our types into one table, but as the types diverge, you end up getting a table full of null columns that only apply to one type. And it starts to couple things that really shouldn't be coupled. And in worst case scenarios, migrations become more expensive as the table grows. Then you have polymorphic associations, which flips the relationship but loses the unified query interface. The child record can belong to any kind of thing, but you can't as easily query all of the entries from the parent side. Then you have the delegated types, which gives you both a unified entries table in this example for the shared attributes. It's going to be the creator and also a timestamp with separate tables for the type-specific data. For example, messages can have subjects, and comments are just a body of text. And not every inheritance problem needs delegated types. Like any pattern, it can be abused. So we should always think about what problem we are trying to solve before we reach for a pattern. So an example where delegated types could be useful is where we have a unified feed or timeline. So that could be an inbox with messages, comments, and articles in one paginated list. And our types share some attributes like a creator, timestamp, or status, but have significantly different types of data. Delegated types is also good when we need a query across types efficiently. For example, like the 20 most recent entries regardless of the type as a single query, not a union or a merged array. Delegated types can be great when each type needs its own validation, scopes, and behavior. For example, a published or draft only makes sense for articles, not for comments, and you anticipate adding new types over time without wanting to migrate an ever-growing shared table. But you would not want to use delegated types when your types are nearly identical. If they share 90% or more of their columns, single table inheritance is still more simple, and you're not really adding any benefit with delegated types. Or if you never query across the different types, like if messages and articles are completely separate features, you just need these separate models. Not everything needs to be unified. Or if you only have one type today and you are speculating about future types, don't prematurely abstract the idea. You can always refactor to delegated types later, and it doesn't have to be something done today. Or if these shared attributes are really just timestamps, that's not enough commodity to justify this pattern because every model does have timestamps. So your litmus test is, if you find yourself writing a union across multiple tables or adding null columns to a single table inheritance table that only applies to one type, then delegated types is probably the right answer. To watch this full episode and more videos, visit driftingruby.com and subscribe to the Pro membership.